Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Authorities say that at least 30 people have died and a further 60 have been injured in a crush at the massive Kumbh Mela festival in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has acknowledged deaths and gave his condolences to the victims. Scenes of absolute chaos have been described at the riverbank, with clothes, shoes, blankets and backpacks strewn on the ground as crowds tried to escape. Officials had predicted up to 100 million people to attend the bathing day at the Kumbh Mela, one of the world's biggest religious festivals. Rebels appear to be edging closer to taking control of the key city of Goma in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo, following reports that they had captured its airport. The Congolese government has insisted that it is still in charge as fighting in parts of the city continues. Warehouses with food and medical supplies have been looted, aid agencies say. The clashes between M23 rebels and the army and its allies have left hospitals overwhelmed by casualties and bodies lying on the streets.
What we've experienced is a bit of a worst-case scenario, to be quite clear. Battles within Goma, sustained gunfire and bombing in both Goma and the border town in Rwanda of Gisenyi. Thousands of people have fled, but hundreds of thousands of people have been stuck in their homes in Goma, not being able to move, no electricity, no water.
Ukraine says its forces successfully hit an oil refinery in the Russian town of Kostofo, around 800 kilometers from the front lines in eastern Ukraine. 4 drones hit a Lukoil company depot, Ukrainian media said, adding that the facility suffered significant damage. Videos posted on social media showed large flames rising over an industrial facility. The daughter of the former South African President Jacob Zuma, Duduzile Zuma Sambudla, will be charged for her alleged involvement in the 2021 riots that left over 300 people dead. Violence, chaos and fear ripped through the port city of Durban and then spread to Gauteng after Zuma's jailing sparked intense protests over 4 years ago. Zuma Sambudla, a controversial figure in her own right, was accused of sharing incendiary social media posts that fueled the civil unrest. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will meet US President Donald Trump at the White House next week. Mr. Netanyahu's office said the visit would take place on the 4th of February and that he was the first foreign leader to be invited to the White House during Mr. Trump's second term. A White House official confirmed there would be a meeting early next week, but said the date and time had yet to be finalized.
89 seconds to midnight.
The doomsday clock, symbolizing how near humanity is to destruction, has been moved 1 second forward to 89 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been. The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, which sets the clock annually, said nuclear threats, potential misuses of advances in biology and artificial intelligence, as well as climate change, were the key factors. The chair of the Bulletin's Science and Security Board said the latest move was a warning to all world leaders. The clock was originally placed at 7 minutes to midnight in 1947. Last year, it was left unchanged at 90 seconds.
We set the clock closer to midnight because we do not see sufficient positive progress on the global challenges we face, including nuclear risk, climate change, biological threats, and advances in disruptive technologies. The countries that possess nuclear weapons are increasing the size and role of their arsenals, investing hundreds of billions of dollars in weapons that can destroy civilization many times over.
And millions of people across Asia and the world are welcoming the Lunar New Year, which coincides with the first new moon of the lunar calendar. Widely considered to be the most important event in the year for many in Asia and some Asian communities worldwide, the Lunar New Year represents a fresh start for those who celebrate. Fireworks, music, fairs, lanterns, dragon and lion dancing filled the streets across Asia as celebrations that typically last about 15 days began. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.